Hello. Hello, humanity. It is May 10th, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to those of you that are moms, those of you going off to celebrate, whether you're social distancing, FaceTiming, or whatnot. Um, I'm happy to have so many people here. Thanks for showing up, and we're going to get some good yoga today. Going to continue the theme of hip hinging and hamstrings. We're going to see, because it's Power Yoga Day, we're going to see a little bit more strength work, a little bit more, we got a little more core stuff happening today. Throughout this week, we're going to continue with the flexibility and just kind of talking about how to, use the position of your pelvis to make the stretch more intense, to make yourself get yourself into better position. So nice little flow today. And because it's Mother's Day, we're going to be, I'm going to have you guys, we're going to some love. If you can't be clear or close to your mom right now, sending out some love. Love conquers all. So we're gonna have a nice little practice today. Hi, Jess. If you guys are here, let me know. I want to see who's here with me today. And if you guys have any questions throughout the practice, I'll be glancing over at the chat. You guys let me know. I will come over and make sure that you have everything you need for today. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start on our backs on the mat, and we're going to start with our feet on the floor, knees kind of touching, so that we're going to breathe first, kind of slowly work our way into this, and then we're going to get moving. All right, here we go. Now, if you guys checked out Cardio Core this morning, which I was here for, you'll notice that I'm in the exact same thing. So I just kind of hung out, hopped right into this. So I'm still feeling nice and warm. But if you're not feeling warm, that's okay. That's why we're going to start where we're going to start. So let's start on the back. Okay. Want the feet on the floor close enough that you can touch them with the heels. I'm going to walk them out to the edges of the mat so that they can fall in and just kind of lean on each other. Okay. So in this position, take a deep inhale through the nose. Let's open the mouth side out. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale. And this time as you let go of the whole week. Let it all go. Okay. Now closing the mouth and just directing the breath in and out through the nose. Creating some movement through the torso by expanding the ribs to create more space for the breath. Noticing how the shoulders rise slightly on the inhale and how everything on the exhale just goes back to neutral. Just going to cycle through this a couple more rounds through the nose. This position is nice because it gives your lower back a natural position to be in and not too overarched, especially when we straighten our legs. Sometimes the arch of the lower spine can get a little bit, just a little bit more than we're used to. So here we're still getting a nice little round in the back like we want, but not too extreme. Keep breathing. And as you continue to breathe and you notice how the exhale just kind of softens everything, we're going to continue focusing on that softening as we stretch the hamstrings a lot this practice. So as you move and flow and hold certain positions, just remembering that the exhale allows you to really open up the body more. Good. All right, go ahead and on your inhale, bring the knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. And let's kind of make little circles one way with the knees and the other. Just kind of a little massage for the lower back. Now extending your left leg onto the floor. Interlace the hands around the back of the right thigh. Let's curl those right toes towards your shin. And on your inhale, straighten your right leg towards the ceiling. Heel drives up. And then exhale, let's go ahead and bend your knee. Inhale, straighten your leg. Try to pull that shin a little closer to you. And exhale to bend. We have two more. Inhale, straighten, drive the heel up, draw the shin to you. Good. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, extend. Good. And exhale, bend. Let's place the left foot on the floor, right foot over and above your left knee. And on your inhale, draw your left knee into your chest, interlace the hands around the back of the left thigh, and let's find our glute stretch. So first couple postures of the practice today, we're gonna just warm up the hamstrings, the glutes. We're gonna open up the lower back. We'll get into the inner thighs. We'll get into the chest. Those will be kind of our starting postures, and then we'll begin the flow. Go ahead and release your left foot down. Extend your right leg onto the mat. Interlace the hands back around the back of the left thigh, and then inhale as you curl the toes to the shins, straighten the leg, and exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten, drive the heel up as you pull the shin to you. Good. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, straighten, drive up, pull the shin to you. Exhale, bend. You're gonna place your right foot onto the mat, left foot over and above the right knee. And then inhale to draw the right knee into the chest, grab the back of the right thigh. Let's find that glute stretch on the left side. Breathe. Good. Hook your left foot from the knee and place both feet on the floor. So now we're going to come into an alternating twist. You can do this with straight legs or bent knees. I'm going to do this with a bent knee mostly for space. As you can see, I don't have a lot of width for space here. That's okay. I'm just going to modify a little bit, okay? So extend your right leg on the floor, left leg up, okay? So again, either straight legs or bent. So I'm going to go bend my knee, but then everybody on your exhale, take the foot over to the left for a twist. Nice and easy. Inhale, come back through center. Switch the feet. Again, you can straighten the leg, and on your exhale, go ahead and go to the other side. Inhale, through center. Switch the knees. Exhale, right foot over to the left. Inhale, through center. Switch the knees. Exhale, let the left knee fall over to the right. Ooh, I got a little pop. That's great. Inhale through center. 1 more each side. Exhale. Let your right leg fall. Inhale through center. Exhale. Left knee. Inhale through center. And then hug the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. And let's rock forward and back. Forward and back. Let's go 3 or 4 rocks. And then let's rock to the hands. We're going to go hands and knees for it's just a couple cat cows. Okay. Well, we're going to do 2 versions of cat cow. All right. So let's get those hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. First set of cat cow is going to be in the shoulders. Okay. So I want you to keep your belly and your hips completely neutral as they are right now. Okay. So on your exhale, you're going to draw the chest down towards the mat and the shoulder blades in together. And on your inhale, you're going to round your upper back, chin to chest. Let's go ahead and draw the chest down, squeeze the shoulder blades in, and then round, chin to chest. 1 more cycle, shoulder blades in, and then shoulder blades apart. Then come back to neutral. So now we're going to start focusing on the hips. So I want the attention to be at the tailbone, so like the top of your butt crack, okay? And that is either going to point up to the ceiling or down to the backs of the knees. And what I want you to notice is that the position of the pelvis, what happens to the front and the backs of the legs, if you can feel anything, okay? So let's get into position. On your inhale, you're going to drop the belly down, tailbone to the ceiling, and then exhale to round, chin to chest. Inhale to drop the belly, tailbone reaches up, and exhale to round, tailbone points to the floor. 1 more cycle. Inhale, belly drops, chest lifts, and exhale to round. Good. Find a neutral with the spine. Okay. From here, I'm gonna have to move a little bit. You're gonna extend your right foot out to the right, and on your exhale, you're gonna drop the hips down towards the floor. Come onto the forearms. Okay. Here's our inner thigh stretch right here. Okay, so depending on kind of how how tight you are today, you might need to adjust your right foot either a little bit out more to the right or kind of up or down, depending on how it lines up with your hip. But really, it's mostly dependent upon the stretch for you today. All right, inhale, come back onto the hands. Now let's go second side. So left foot goes out to the left, and then drop the hips down towards that right heel. Again, looking for inner thigh. You know, we're definitely focusing on the hamstrings today, but one thing that we know is that everything's connected. So if there's tightness in the inner thigh, sometimes, you know, that can present in different unusual ways. So, you know, we want to make sure the whole is stretched, feels good, while we also focus on the specific body parts and specific movements for the day. Yeah. All right, inhale to come back to the hands and knees. We have one more before we start flowing. So from here, let's go ahead and come on to the belly. Okay, this is scorpion. For those of you that have been to CrossFit Humanity classes before, this comes up as a warm-up before we start moving in class. Okay, let's see. I gotta find a position that allows me to have some room. So you're gonna extend your right arm out to the right. And on your exhale, you're gonna take your left toes and reach them up and over towards your right fingertips. Hold here. And on your exhale, come back to your belly. Extend your left arm. Inhale, right foot goes up and over. Inhale through center. Exhale, left toes. Ouch. I just ran my foot into the TV stand. Inhale through center. Left arm out, up and over. Inhale, center. One more each side. Try to drop those shoulders to the floor so we get some stretch. Head through center. Last one. Left arm. Good. Inhale through center. All right. So from here, get those hands right underneath the elbows. Tuck your toes. And on your exhale, let's go downward facing dog. Okay? So in this down dog, like always, just start pedaling out the feet. Let's find some movement. Now, anything that feels good here. So you can draw the heels over to one side and get a little extra side stretch. You can get the hips up really high as you drive the heels down. All right. So keep those hands about shoulders distance, feet about hips distance. On your inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, go downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, send it back. One more. Inhale, forward to plank. Bring the knees down to the count of 5. We lower to the belly. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. On your next inhale, let's go upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale, look forward. And then exhale, bend the knees, and let's just walk the feet to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Oh, there we go. And then exhale, hands come back down to the sides. Okay. Now, before we move on, I just want to chat real quick about the position of the pelvis. Okay. So we've got hamstrings that connect to the pelvis. We've got hip flexors that also connect to the pelvis, right? And so when our, say our hip flexors are tight, our pelvis gets pulled forward this way, right? And then we get a little duck butt, which means there's extra tension in the hammies that over time the hammies don't like. If the hamstrings are really tight, then what we can see is a little bit more like this, where things are curled and rounded. Same thing, though, we get extra tightness and tension in the front of the thighs. So what we're looking for is to have nice flexibility on both the front and the back so that we don't have too much mobility in one side than the other, and so that our pelvis can sit in a really nice, natural, neutral position. Okay, so with your feet together at the top of the mat, let's go inhale, arms up, and exhale, let's go bow forward. And on inhale, hands on the shins, lift yourself up halfway and let's hold, okay? Now in this position, I don't want the tailbone going up towards the ceiling. I mean, that intensifies the stretch quite a bit. But now I'm like a little rounded in my lower back, which in this position is not ideal. So what we want to think about is pulling the ribs in and thinking of sending the tailbone back and the top of the head forward. So now, not only do I have a nice firm core to help support this position, I'm really long and extended, okay? All right, let's keep it flowing. Exhale, release the hands down, fold. Let's step back to plank. Okay, here we go. We're gonna lower to the belly. Okay. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. You can walk or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Feet come together, hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back, find good position here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, dive it down. Hands on the shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Let's step to plank, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time, inhale, look forward. Bend the knees and walk or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. And then exhale, bring the arms back down to the sides, okay? Next up, we're gonna go for 10 good mornings, okay? So what I want you to do is separate your feet so that they're right underneath you, okay? Hands go to the hips. And I want you to notice how the first finger and the thumb, when you just put your hands on the hips naturally, should be about on the same plane. When we send our tailbone back, sometimes the thumb then is higher than the first finger. If we curl, again, thumb is now below. So we want nice, even pelvic position. Okay. Now soft bend in the knees, ribs in. On your exhale, bow until you feel a stretch in the hamstrings without changing the position of the spine. And then stand. Exhale, bow. Inhale, stand. We have 8 more. Keep going. Little by little. If you can go down, forward, maybe like even a half of an inch each time. Let's see if we can create a little bit more range as we warm up the hammies. And a couple more. All right, let's go back to the top of the mat. Okay, and at the bottom, this position is halfway lift that we're about to find. I want you to feel the same position as the good morning. Okay, so feet together, inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive it forward. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, full plant the hands. Let's just go to downward facing dog. Okay, inhale to lift your right leg. Now open up the hip and try to get your right leg as high to the ceiling as you can. At the same time, draw the left heel down. Okay? Good. Now square the hips, extend that right leg. And then exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Back heel comes down, low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. So in this low lunge position, with those arms up, I want you to just soften down into this lunge. So we get a lot of opening in the front of the left hip. Okay. And exhale, bring the hands down. Let's straighten out that front leg for half split. Okay. So we'll come back to this pose kind of more towards the end. So for this one, just point those toes directly up towards the ceiling. I want to see that your toes are kind of in line. If not, you're not giving me some sort of weird sickled foot one way or the other. You've got a nice line with the toes. They point up, right butt cheek, kind of scooping in. Okay? Good. Now, on your inhale, you're going to rebend the front knee, coming into standing split. So tuck your back toes, straighten your left leg on your inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling and try to draw your chest down towards your shin. Okay? All right, from here, we're going to go for 10 toe taps. Okay? So bring your left toes to the floor and then kick your leg back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Exhale, feet together. Inhale, hands on the shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, all the way down. Hands on the shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Let's step to plank. Lower down to the belly. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Cool, let's go second side. Inhale to lift the left leg. This time you're gonna open up the hip and try to drive that left foot as high to the ceiling as you can as you draw your right heel down. Try to get an extra bit of stretch to the back of the right leg. All right, square the hips, extend the left leg, and then exhale. The left foot forward between the hands, back knee comes down. Inhale, brings your arms up. Okay, so with those arms up, and we're trying to soften through the front of the hip to allow the hips to sink. A little bit of opening here. Breathe. Exhale, hands down. Let's straighten out the front leg. Okay. Again, toes point directly up and are pulling gently towards your shin. Left hip scooped in. Now remember, the orientation of your pelvis is going to affect the intensity of the stretch. So if you're just thinking about, the tailbone reaching down towards the floor, like you're not going to be getting too much if your back is rounded. If you think about reaching the tailbone back or even just kind of a little bit of emphasis up, man, that is going to stretch that set of hamstrings really, really nicely. All right, on your inhale, rebend the front knee. We're coming into standing split. So tuck your back toes, straighten out your right leg. Next inhale, lift the right leg up. Okay, we're going to go 10 taps. So bring your right toes down to the floor and kick it back up. 1, here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale, feet together, top of the mat. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, dive it down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Let's step to plank. We're going to lower down to the belly, elbows in. Inhale, cobra up dog. And exhale, down dog. All right, on your inhale, you're going to lift your right leg up. On your exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Let's keep the back knee lifted, okay? Before we start to create a little bit of flow here, drop the hips down, lift the chest up, and maybe you're gonna come up onto your fingertips. Think about squeezing everything in towards the midline, okay? And when you do that, you should feel like fingertips on the floor is not necessarily needed. All right, we're gonna go back and forth between this position and a straight front leg, okay? So back heel is gonna stay lifted, and we're gonna use the breath to help open up the hamstrings or the right hamstrings a little bit more. Okay? On your exhale, straighten the front leg as much as you can. Inhale, rebend, chest up. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, rebend, chest up. Let's go a little bit lower if you can. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. 2 more. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, hips low, chest up. And then exhale, let's step it back to downward facing dog. Let's go second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Back leg is straight. Drop the hips down, kind of get the chest up. Okay, so one long line from the back heel all the way out the top of the head. Okay. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, rebend and lift the chest. Okay. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, rebend and lift. 3 more. Exhale, bend, or straighten, excuse me. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, chest lifts. Last one. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, rebend, chest lifts. Hold here. Exhale, plant the palms. And let's go back to downward facing dog. Okay. On your inhale, walk the hands back towards the toes. Stop bending the knees. Let's go ragdoll. Okay. So we can sway side to side. Shake the head, yes and no. Good. Release the hands on your inhale. Walk them back out to downward facing dog. Okay. Before we continue on with some stretching and flowing, let's get that core lit, right? So inhale, come forward to plank. Okay. We're just going to do 10 total. Cross body mount. Okay. 10 total, meaning one leg or one rep is 1 total. Okay. So from here, with strong palms, you're going to take your right knee, bring it over to your left tricep. We're going to hold for 1, 2. Good. Re-establish that right foot, and then left knee, right tricep. Hold 1, 2. Here we go. Right knee, 1, 2. Left, hold. That's 4. Here we go. Right, 5. Left, 6. Right, 7. Left, 8. Right, 9. Left, 10. Hold. Good. Knees down, child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Let the belly soften and just kind of open up as though you were like really full from a meal. Try to release some tension. All right. Inhale. Come back to plank position. We're going to do plank ups. So starting at the top of a push-up, you're going to bring one forearm down and then the other. And then you're going to plant one palm, plant the other, and come back to the top of a push-up. I'll walk you through. We have 10 total. So 5 on each side, alternating. Okay? So let's start. Plank. All right, here we go. Right forearm down. Left forearm. Good. Right palm. Left palm. Left forearm. Right palm. Left palm. Right palm. That's 2. We have 8 more. Here we go. Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, 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 right. 4 more total. Keep going. And when you're done, child's pose. Forehead to the mat. And breathe. All right, next exhale. Let's go downward facing dog. All right, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, so the right foot forward between the hands. Inhale to rise, high lunge. Good. Okay, so arms overhead. Pull the ribs in. Tailbone. We're going to try to orient the tailbone down towards the floor. Okay? Because in this position, we can really get like really arched. I want us to just kind of rein in some of that arch. So in a moment, we're going to transition from this position into warrior 3. Arms can be anywhere that help you balance alongside the waist, out, overhead. Okay, so on your next exhale, let's fold halfway. Now, You're going to drive into that front heel and use the strength of your right hamstrings to help pull you into a position with the left leg up. Okay. All right, on your inhale, here we go. Left leg lifts. So think long body throughout. You're trying to reach that belly button to the ceiling. Trying to get good purchase on the standing foot. Good. On your exhale, hands down, standing split. If you want to go into handstand, you totally can. I don't quite have the kind of room that I would want, so I'm not going to do that today. But if you'd like to do it, we're going to stay here for a couple breaths. Feel free to try to kick up a couple times. If you are in standing split with me, you can also try to wrap the hands around your right ankle for an added balance. Up to you. All right, next exhale. Step to plank. Lower down to the floor. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, let's step it forward between the hands. Inhale, brings you up. Okay? So again, let's get those ribs down and in. Tailbone can kind of point down towards the floor. We have our arms up right now. Breathe. Good. And then for this next transition, again, arms anywhere that's most comfortable. Overhead is definitely the hardest position, okay? So on your exhale, you're gonna fold halfway. Try to get a little bit more lean forward, focusing directly in this standing or this front foot to help you lift. Next inhale, woo, warrior three. Right leg lifts. Yeah. Arms anywhere that work. All right, next exhale, standing split. All right, those of you who want to go to handstand, go for it. Those of you staying with me, either fingertips to the floor or wrap them around your left ankle for an additional balance. Whew. All right, on your exhale, we're going to step to plank. Lower down to the belly, elbows in. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down. All right, we're going to kind of use that last sequence as inspiration, but we're going to start adding in some single leg Romanian deadlifts. And so for those of you that know that, that's a direct work for those hammies. Okay, so inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Inhale to rise, high lunge. Okay, and next inhale, instead of warrior three, you're gonna bring this left knee to your chest, stand on this right leg. Good, you guys stay there, moving back so you can see me. Okay, now with this left knee into your chest, hands to the hips. You can keep your arms overhead if you want to challenge balance. Okay, on your exhale, you're gonna swing your left leg back, warrior three, and inhale, bring your knee to chest. Exhale, swing it back. Soft bend in the standing knee. Drive through the heel, inhale to stand. We have 8 more of these, okay? Exhale, bow. Whoa. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale. Okay. Keep going. You've got about 5 more. I want you to stay balanced on this right leg so we get the full burn. Breathe. Breathing helps you balance. Tight core helps you stabilize. I think this is my last one. And then once you hit your last one, left knee to your chest. Exhale, replace the foot to the floor. Whew. Shake it out. That definitely got me burning on this righty side. Good. Okay, feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, full plant the hands. We'll step to plank. Lower down. Inhale, cobra up dog. And exhale, down dog. Let's go second side. Inhale. All right, hands to the hips. Next inhale, you're going to draw your right knee into your chest. Here we go. Inhale. Okay, you guys stay there. Just moving so you can see. Okay. Again, hands anywhere that challenges your balance, or on the hips if you're with me. On your exhale, swing your right leg back. Inhale, right knee to chest. Exhale, swing it back. Stay in the heel of that standing foot. Inhale, knee to chest. We have 8 more. Exhale. Inhale, knee up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I think I have about 4 more. Keep moving. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This is maybe the last one. Exhale. Inhale. When you're on your last one, knee to chest, hold. Exhale. Bring that foot down. Woo. Shake out the left side. Feet together, top of the mat. All right. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, let's bow forward. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, full plant the hands. Let's step to plank and hold. Okay. Now, in your plank position here, you're going to go through 10 more cross-body mountain climbers, okay? So, starting now, you're going to count to 10. Opposite knee to elbow. Hold for a count of 2. Replace the foot and switch. Okay, 10 reps. When you're done, we'll hit child's pose. Okay? Good. All right. On your inhale, come back to the hands and knees. We're going to now go through some shoulder taps and push-ups. Okay? It's going to be, the sequence is going to be 4 taps. So from the top of a push-up, you're going to go opposite shoulder tap, 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 push-up. Okay? So we're going to try to do a couple of those. I think we can do it. Let's try. Top of push-up. All right. So widen your feet a little bit. That will help keep your hips from swiveling too much. Keep those legs really active. Okay, here we go. Shoulder tap and 1, 2, 3, 4. Push up. Shoulder tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push up. We're gonna do 1 more and rest. Shoulder tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push up. Good. Knees down, child's pose. We're gonna do 2 more sets in just a moment. Part of why I'm having us rest between is so that the quality can stay high. All right, 2 more sets. Okay, here we go. Top of a push-up. Here we go. And shoulder tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push up. Good. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last push-up. Take back. Downward facing dog. All right, last little big sequence here. We'll be kind of doing some different poses. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, high lunge, bring yourself up. Okay, now we're going to open up on our exhale into warrior 2. You drop the back heel down, turn the body to the left. Okay. Now, the trick with warrior 2 is to get your feet in the right position. Okay. You want your front heel kind of lined up between the middle of the arch and sometimes even towards the heel or toes, depending on kind of how flexible you are in the hips. I want this front knee really tracking forward, okay? Orient that tailbone a little more down, okay? And then we get our arms out wide. Good. On your inhale, now you're going to straighten your front leg. We're going to come into triangle pose, okay? I like to say so when we talk about the tilt of the pelvis here, it's going to now be side to side instead of forward back. So you want to think like, I think sassy butt. So you're going to take this left butt cheek and kick it back, like just back behind you as though you were being a little sassy, okay? And then what you'll find is that this right femur, the head just kind of pushes up in and pushes up and in so that you have the ability to, on your inhale, reach and lean over towards your right shin. Make it really long, so lift up towards the ceiling. You should feel a nice little stretch through the back of the right thigh. Long through the torso. All right, now bring this left hand to your hip. You're going to gaze in front of your right toes for about, let's see, maybe like a foot or so. On your inhale, bending that front knee, coming into half moon. Go ahead and lift that left leg up. So now, the difference between half moon and warrior three is that your left hip is stacked on top of your right. Whoa, balance check. Okay? So your hips are pointing to the left toes to the left. Your shoulders are open to the left side. You're trying to imagine you're flush against a wall behind you. Good. On your exhale, hands come down, standing split. Couple handstand hops if you'd like it. On your exhale, let's step to plank, and let's go right to downward facing dog. All right, second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, rise. Good. Now we're coming into warrior two. We're going to take this back heel and drop it down. Toes to the right. Okay. Your right thigh pulls forward and tracks over the front toes. And then we want to create that nice position with the pelvis. So just draw the tailbone down and the ribs in. Okay. And there's our warrior two. Good. All right. Inhale to straighten the front leg again. Here's where we get that kind of sassy butt position. Take your right hip, push it back, back, back. This left hip pushes in. Okay. Inhale to reach. Exhale to bow. And just kind of lean over again, finding some length through the torso. All right, taking this right hand and bringing it to the hip, going into half moon. So bending the front knee, look forward about a foot in front of the left toes. On your inhale, let's lift the right leg. Bring your right or your left fingertips down, opening up everything to the right side. Good. And on your exhale, hands come down, standing split. Couple breaths here, handstanders if you want to go. Couple hops. Good. All right, and on your exhale, let's go back. Downward facing dog. Woo. Check the head, yes. All right, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, let's step it forward between the hands. Back knee comes down. All right, straighten out the front leg. We're now making our way towards a split that focuses more on the hamstrings. When we think splits, not only do you have to warm up and wake up the backs of the legs, but you also have to go for the hip flexors as well, because it's a huge hip flexor movement along with hamstrings. Okay? So here, try to set the tailbone so that it reaches back. At the same time, you're reaching the chest forward. Okay? Now we turn our pinky toe. Ooh, turn your pinky toe to your face a little more. Ooh. All right, so you can stay here if this is as much as you need for your hamstrings today. For our splits, you can kind of shimmy this front foot forward. Okay, so shimmy the foot forward as much as you can. And then bend that front knee a little bit and try to get the hips to soften towards the floor. Okay? I used to be able to do splits. And then it's just not something that I focus on. So then, of course, if you don't spend time in positions, positions aren't always there for you when you want them back. However, that being said, just because you can't do splits doesn't mean you don't have the range of motion you need. So if you're a ballet dancer, yes, you gotta have splits. If you're a CrossFitter, splits would be nice. As long as you can squat and hinge properly, you're good to go. Okay. All right, on your exhale, go ahead and bring yourself back. And we're just going back to downward facing dog. And the palms tuck the toes. Send your hips up. All right, let's go second side. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Back knee down. Straighten the front leg. So half split. So again, tailbones reaches back. Chest extends forward. Toes up. And then now we focus on that pinky toe. So pinky toe pulls to your face. Because what can happen is when we get really tight, sometimes we don't want to do that because, for some of us, maybe the inside edge of the hamstrings is not as tight. And then we get into this position with the pinky toe, and then it's like fire. So just stuff to think about. Breathe. All right, let's go ahead and shimmy this front foot forward. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Now, this side split for me has always been better, so I definitely today feel like I have more room than I do on the other side. However, I think most of that's coming from hip flexors. But not every side is going to feel the same, and not every day is going to feel the same. Good. All right. Exhale, go ahead and bring yourself back, and let's go to downward facing dog. Then I'm going to have you pedal out the feet there. Let's draw the right heel down, bend the left knee, send the tailbone up. And then switch. Again, send the tailbone up. And let's go back and forth a couple times. Good. All right. We're going to slow it down even more. Pigeon. So inhale, right leg lifts. And then exhale. Let's bring the right knee to the right wrist. Scoot the left leg back. And then when you get into position, forearms to the floor. Let's relax the neck. Let the head drop. And remembering from the very beginning that your exhale always tells the body and the mind to calm, right? That's the one beautiful thing about breathing is that it's a calming, when done with intention and focus, it's a calming exercise. And the exhale is the part of the breath that tells the body it's okay. So just relax, release, we accept. Yeah. So just try to let the body accept that it's in this pose and slowly sink a little bit more. And breathe. Couple more rounds of breath here. All right, inhale. Let's come onto the hands, and then we're going to swing. You're going to swing this left leg around. Just extend the left leg out in front. Right foot to the inner left thigh. Let's sit up tall. Reach that right arm up, and then on your exhale, you're going to reach up and over. You're going to reach across to the outer edge of whatever you can grab along the left thigh. And as you reach, you're going to anchor your right hip down, and that's going to open up the whole right lower back. Okay? And what you'll notice is if you kind of peek under your armpit a little bit, it's going to change the position of the stretch. Different than if you were to draw the right ribs down, you might get a little more hamstring. So, for me today, I want lower back. So I'm just going to focus there. But if you feel like keeping your torso square is a better position for you today, totally do that. Yoga is very personal. I'm here to guide you. But at the end of the day, part of the meaning of yoga is union. You're uniting your mind, your body, your breath. So you're the one that's in it. Just make sure that you're doing things that feel good for you today. All right, inhale. Go ahead and come on up. Let's rock to the hands and go to downward facing dog. All right, second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. And then exhale, bring that left knee to left wrist. And then we're going to shimmy your right leg back. And again, when you're ready, come down onto the forearms. And try to re-establish that slow breath through the nose. You can also, to rest your head, create two little fists and stack them. I like this for when I'm feeling when my hips feel kind of tight. It's, just a nice way to softly support yourself without having to do too much work for the upper body. All right. Inhale, let's come on up. And we will swing this right leg around. Let's bring that left foot to the inside edge of the right thigh. Inhale to sit up tall, lift the left arm up. And exhale, let's reach up and over, grab what you can along the outer edge of the right leg. And then same thing, as you anchor your left hip down, find a little bit of stretch kind of peeking under your armpit, which is going to target the left lower back. Or you can take your left ribs and kind of draw them down to square up to the thigh, which might target your hamstrings for you a little more. I particularly on this day want the lower back, so I'm going to kind of focus my attention there. So whatever feels good. All right, inhale, bring yourself back up. All right, let's go ahead and plant our feet on the floor. Making our way down onto the mat. We have one more posture before we cool down. Okay. All right, arms out in front, rolling slowly down to the mat. As slow as you can, all the way until you get to the, and then bring your knees to your chest. Keep your right knee into your chest, left leg extends onto the floor. Take your hips and scoot them over to the right. And on your exhale, let your right knee fall to the left. Okay? With your arms out like a T, gravity does the work. So feel heavy here. The exhales to soften. Inhale. Go ahead and bring your right leg back through center. Let's switch. So scoot the hips to the left. And on your exhale, let your left knee fall to the right. Oh, sorry. Again, arms out wide. Gravity. Breathe. Use the exhale to soften. All right, inhale, bring that left knee back through center. Okay, so for our final rest, we have a couple options. You can go legs extended out in front. You can take your legs and go over to the wall with the mat. Reach your legs up the wall and get your hips close enough to the wall where you feel like you're not necessarily getting a huge stretch, but the closer your feet are to the wall or the hips are to the wall, the better. And so depending on kind of where you are today, just get into a comfortable position. The other option is if you're near a couch, this is what I'm going to do today. You're going to get your butt kind of near the couch and put your legs right on it. And then you're going to lay back. Okay, so in this position, I'm not getting any extra stretch with my hammies. If you want that, like I said, legs can go straight up. But I am getting some nice softness in my lower back, which is what we want after all of this hamstring work today. So arms go alongside the waist. Set yourself up. Bring your shoulder blades down the back a little so the neck is long. We're going to close the eyes and just for a couple cycles of breath, be here. I'm stealing the practice, providing you a little bit more focus in terms of breathing and staying in the moment before you go on with the rest of your day. Just find some ease here. So you feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like. 5 minutes here can be a great way to just feel a little more centered and relaxed before going on with the rest of the day. If you're with me, let's go ahead and roll over to the right side. And then after about a moment or two there, gently bring yourself up to a seated position. Once you get into a seated position, sitting up tall, take one more big inhale through the nose. Now sigh out. Thank you so much, those of you that were here with me live. I so appreciate you guys being here on Sunday morning. For those of you watching later, I hope that you were able to get some good movement and find some flexibility throughout this practice today. We will be here throughout the week with CrossFit, barbell, and all the same things. So look out for that. Have a wonderful Mother's Day, wonderful rest of the day. Sending love and hugs to everybody. And cannot wait till we're back in the gym and seeing you guys. So we're getting there. Have a wonderful day. See you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.